So this, my friends, is going to be a pretty interesting little project. This is our new conference room, boardroom, meeting room, whatever it is you want to call it. And up until now, it has basically had a chair that was left over from chair racing, the built-in bench seating that we talked about in some of the moving vlogs, a mini fridge, and a table in it. But the table's pretty cool because it's going to allow us to tech out this room in a way that'll make it great for having meetings and looking at projections and all that kind of stuff, which is appropriate because we're going to be using a projector on that wall, and we are going to turn it into actually kind of a sick little gaming space. So come along for the ride as we pimp out our conference room. The Master Case 5 by Cooler Master gives you the freedom to truly make your mid-tower PC case your own with a variety of modular parts and accessories. Check out the link in the video description to learn more. So it starts with better seating. We reached out to our buds over at Maxnomic, who actually outfitted the rest of the office with chairs already, and they are sending us their slightly less gamery looking, like there's no orange on them, but definitely comfortable office comfort chairs to kit out the other three sides of the table that don't have built-in seating. Next up, Carada graciously sent us a projector screen, and this thing is flippin' huge, you know, for so everyone can see those charts and projections in our meetings. And finally, oh wow, I just dinged the wall. That's okay, we're gonna put a projector screen there. And finally, Acer's H7550 ST DLP projector is going to be handling, well, projection duties. This thing was sent to us a billion years ago when I told Acer, hey, we're thinking about moving, but we need a projector for our new boardroom. And they were like, yeah, but you just make sure you get the video done in a timely manner. Now they didn't say that last part, which is good because I didn't. So this puppy's got 3 HDMI inputs, one of which is on the inside for a streaming dongle like a Chromecast. It's even got a little USB power port in there. It's got its typical power in, and we've got our power plug on the ceiling to go along with that. But hold on a second, Linus, what about HDMI? You don't have an HDMI port in the ceiling, do you? No, I do not. But I do have a pretty cool table. So to go along with the 3D glasses, yes, we have a 3D projector for our conference room. Yeah! They also sent over their wireless HD kit. This is a 60 gigahertz wireless HDMI kit that I am hoping will be low latency enough for gaming, presentations. So basically what you do is you plug your laptop into the power ports that are built into the table, the HDMI and LAN ports that are built into the table, and then we're gonna have our transmitter on the bottom of the table so you don't have to run any wires. You just plug in, bippity bop, and you are streaming, hopefully in very low latency, to the projector. So let's test it out, shall we? So putting together the projector frame was pretty straightforward. You basically just screw the thing into the thing, you put a couple of mounting brackets for the wall rails onto it, and then you realize that Carada doesn't actually provide the screws for the wall brackets themselves. So because we're using metal studs here, I am going to have to either go find out if we have any screws that are appropriate for mounting something heavy to metal studs, or I'm gonna have to go obtain some of them. So we have obtained the tools we need, a tape measure, some metal screws, a drill, some drill bits, a level, and a pencil. And now we need to figure out where exactly we are going to put it. Okay, so we have a tough decision to make. Center for the area where people will be seated, or center on the wall? No, legitimately, Brandon, what should we do?
I would go with seating.
Center for seating. It's gonna look weird though, because we're gonna have like 4 inches of space here, and like, it won't even be centered. It still won't be centered.
So then,
sometimes I just need someone to say my idea back to me so I can realize how stupid it sounds. I could really use a ladder. Four inches? How about that? Okay, sure. 1 3/8 inches from where you want the top. Got it. Let's mark some studs, hey? Hopefully this piece of stud finder works. It's working just fine. Okay. Nothing is ever easy when you're Linus and you write nothing down. It's okay because I remembered 103.5. So getting all the frame mounting hardware on the wall was actually pretty straightforward as long as you're pretty handy with a measuring tape. So basically the way it works is you've got your two rails on the top, end to end, and then you sit the hooks on the frame on top of that, and then these bottom ones. These bottom ones are tricky because if you don't align it just right, it won't work, because you might be thinking, well, hold on a second, unless you slide it on, how's it go in there? You actually have to stretch the frame down under them. Then the whole thing is hooked. But of course now we have to take the whole thing down and put the actual screen on because I just put it up here for a test fit. So we need to do this. Okay, so the clip for that is aimed for that T. So the process of clipping the frame, working your way around the outside, is what tensions the screen material and gives it a nice flat surface. So with the screen itself tensioned and placed onto the back of the frame, it's time to pick up the frame again, take it back into the boardroom, and hang it for real this time. So with the screen stretched over the frame, it was almost as easy to mount it on the wall hangers, requiring just a little bit more force than last time to stretch it over the bottom hanger. Once it was on though, it's pretty much flush against the wall, just a fraction of a centimeter of clearance around every edge, and looks pretty darn sharp. Okay, and actually, the decision that we wanted to make earlier about whether to center it in the room or whatever was sort of a moot point because you could slide it a fair bit after the fact. Chair assembly was pretty straightforward. Nothing I've never done before. Took about 20 minutes per chair, and the end result is what you see right here. It is starting to look like a boardroom in here. But of course, now it's time to fire up the projector and see what the difference is between our conference room and most conference rooms. All right. There we go. Not too shabby. So projector alignment can be a bit of a nightmare. You keystone when you should have twisted. You twist when you should have moved it to the right. You tilt it up when, oh no, you've broken the keystone now. But I did eventually get it pretty darn close to where we want it to be in terms of filling the frame without cutting off things like the start menu, a huge disadvantage that people who intend to use their projectors for presentations and windows versus people who want to watch movies where you can sacrifice a 1/16 of an inch of the edge of a movie, whereas you cannot really do that with your start menu. We got it to the point where it needed to be, and then, moment of truth, because quite frankly, if you look at it in comparison to the screen running on the table next to it, and not that impressive. Yeah, projectors, they don't really shine, so to speak, until you turn out the light. And that is exactly what we did, and boy, is it an experience in here now. Okay, you know what? Let me see if anyone else is still here. I need a few volunteers to play an Android game on the gigantic projector upstairs.
Yes!
Quicker to train a monkey. Okay, so why is pickup? Skip the tutorial.
Everyone.
There we go. Okay, free for all. Don't touch sticky bombs if you don't want to blow up. You guys should probably team up on duck.
No!
So Taryn, you're just gonna throw mines until...
I don't know what to do.
Wow, there are mines everywhere, Jesus. Yeah, no, I'm super pleased with how this turned out. Oh wow, everyone stay away from Terran. Oh. Uh-oh.
Yes! Oh! Oh. Alright.
Okay, so in a word, that was freaking awesome. But what we still don't know is whether our wireless dongle will allow us to just plug consoles in down here and have a low latency gaming experience up there once we ceiling mount the projector at a later date. So to validate the latency of the wireless dongle, I'm going to be using our tried and true makey test methodology. So I'm recording in slow-mo on the iPhone, and then I'm going to use the makey to touch these two wires together, generating a left click. So I'm going to look at the delay between the light turning on the makey and the click registering on that icon there. So here we go. Oh, that's trippy, hey? You can see the DLP color wheel. So the basic methodology for this is I go frame by frame through the video clip. There we go. And I look for the frame where the light on the makey illuminates. Then keep skipping. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there it is. Now it's highlighted. All right, so looking at our results, it looks like our wireless HDMI adapter adds about 30 milliseconds of latency to our input chain. Not too bad. Is it perfect? No, but we're also not going to be playing, competitive level CSGO on here as well. So I am pretty pleased, and I'm going ahead full steam with the plan to run wireless HDMI and mount the projector on the ceiling.
But let's suppose for a second you did not want to game with controllers. Well, good news for you, because I have 3 sets. Yes, friends, 3 complete sets of Phoenix Collection gaming peripherals. So their whole shtick is like, yeah, we got like really kind of premium feels to the products here. So check this out. This right here is the Aria headset, and the shtick on this guy is that the acoustic chamber is made entirely of Japanese pine wood. I don't personally know that Japanese pine wood necessarily sounds better, but it certainly looks great. So something like that. It's got 50mm drivers, it's got memory foam and protein leather ear cushions, and the cushions are definitely nice feeling right there. It's got a detachable cord, the instructions for which are inside the box. But there's more than that. Yes, each of these 3 lucky winners will also win an Aceda 8200 DPI laser mouse, one of those puppies right there, a Demora mouse pad, which I'm going to have to open because I did not do that before this thing here. Yeah, there we go. Yes, friends, it looks a little something like that. And finally, an Autor keyboard. So this is featuring Cherry MX Brown switches, my personal favorite, as well as silk-screened keycaps. So it's a full 104 key layout, just a little something like that. So you're probably wondering to yourself, well, hold on a second, Linus. How do I enter this compelling giveaway? Well, you'll find the full instructions for how to do it linked in the video description. And there's only 1 week to enter, and you'll be entering over at the Linus Tech Tips forum. So guys, check out Phoenix Collection's products, kind of go, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Head over to the forums and get entered in the giveaway.
So thank you for checking out our projector update in our conference room here at Linus Media Group. If you guys enjoyed this kind of vlog style video, then hey, hit that like button. But if you thought it sucked, well, there's the other button. But if you did enjoy it, leave a comment, get subscribed, maybe even consider supporting us. You can check out our community forum where you can give us a contribution and get a cool badge next to your name. You can change your Amazon bookmark to one with our affiliate code, instructions for how to do that up there, or you can even buy a cool t-shirt like this one. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.